Ever wondered what it's like to be royalty in one of the richest countries on earth? Today, we are diving into the ultra-glam life of the Bahrain royal family. Yachts, palaces, private jets, and a whole lot of wealth. This is a world where luxury knows no limits, blending tradition with modern extravagance. Led by King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, Bahrain's powerful dynasty lives in style. But there's more going on behind the scenes than just gold and glamour. In this video, we're spilling all the tea, from their eye-popping lifestyles and unexpected hobbies to their influence on global politics, and some wild facts you probably didn't know. But before we get into all of that, make sure you are subscribed to this channel for amazing content like this. All set? Let's get right into the video. Let's start with a quick intro to Bahrain and its royal family, the House of Khalifa. This dynasty has been ruling Bahrain since 1782, making them one of the longest reigning royal families in the Gulf. It all started when the Al Khalifa family, originally from Kuwait, took control of Bahrain, and they've been the face of power ever since. That's over 2 centuries of influence, tradition, and yes, some serious wealth. Now, even though Bahrain is one of the smallest countries in the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, don't let its size fool you. What it lacks in landmass, it more than makes up in riches, largely thanks to its mineral deposits, specifically oil and natural gas. These resources helped propel Bahrain into becoming a financial hub in the region. Beyond oil, Bahrain is also known for its booming banking and finance sectors, making it a key player in the Gulf's economy. At the heart of it all is King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. He's been the ruler since 1999, and when he took over, he didn't just sit back on the royal throne. In 2002, he made a bold move by officially transforming Bahrain from an emirate into a kingdom. This wasn't just about giving himself a fancier title, it marked a big shift in Bahrain's political structure. King Hamad introduced reforms like a new constitution that gave more power to an elected parliament and expanded political participation. These changes, part of his National Action Charter, modernized Bahrain's governance and helped strengthen its position on the global stage. But how did he get into power in the first place? Let's rewind to 1782, the year the Al Khalifa family first seized control of Bahrain. At the time, Bahrain was a hot commodity thanks to its strategic location and booming pearl industry. Leading the charge was Sheikh Ahmad bin Khalifa, famously known as Ahmad the Conqueror. Under his leadership, the Al Khalifa family successfully overthrew the Persian Empire and took control of the island. With that victory, Sheikh Ahmad became Bahrain's ruler, marking the beginning of the Al Khalifa family's reign, a reign that's lasted for centuries. But here's the thing, it wasn't smooth sailing after that. Once they had Bahrain, everyone wanted a piece of it. The family faced constant threats, not only from other local tribes, but also from bigger powers like the Ottoman and Persian empires. There were also a bunch of internal fights within the family over who would lead. Things were messy, to say the very least. In the early 1800s, the British were focused on protecting their trade routes to India, and Bahrain was right in the mix. So in 1820, the Al Khalifa family made a smart move by signing a treaty with the British. This got them recognized as the rulers of Bahrain and came with some serious perks, like British military protection. It was a game changer, helping the family stay in power and keep any enemies in check. But the challenges didn't stop there. There were still family disputes and uprisings through the 1860s, with different branches of the family trying to take control. Luckily for the Al Khalifas, the British were there to step in and restore order whenever things got out of hand. They signed more treaties in 1880 and 1892, which locked in their relationship with Britain and made sure the Al Khalifas stayed in charge. And since then, the empire has grown tremendously. But enough of the history lesson. Let's see where all that oil money is going into. First up, their homes. When you are sitting on a cool $20 billion, you're not just picking any old place to live. You're building some of the most jaw-dropping palaces on the planet. And that's exactly what the Bahrain royal family did. We are talking palaces that scream luxury from every corner. Marble floors? Check. Gold-plated everything? You bet. Most notable of them is the Gudebia Palace. This isn't just any palace. It's a pink and pearly dream. Located smack in the middle of Manama, it's where all the big names roll through. We're talking global leaders, VIPs, and anyone who's anyone. It's like the royal family's version of a boardroom, only way more glamorous. And let's be real, if you're hosting world leaders, you better do it in style, right? Inside, you can expect jaw-dropping decor, chandeliers that probably cost more than a sports car, and enough space to fit a small country. Crazy, right? Now, if they want to get away from all the noise and cameras, they slip off to Al Sakir Palace, tucked deep in the Bahraini desert. This place is on another level, built by specialists to be the ultimate retreat. This palace is their personal oasis, where they can truly unwind and get away from the hustle of city life. And don't think for a second that desert retreat means it's lacking in luxury. Oh no, Al Sakir is dripping in it. Lavish courtyards, massive private rooms, a few pools scattered around, you name it, they've got it. But the royal lifestyle doesn't stop there. They also have Rifa Palace, another fancy spot where they gather for big family events. This place is all about family time, but in the most luxurious way possible. And then there's Al Kudaybaya Palace, another royal residence used for official functions, because why have just one when you can have many? Now, when the Bahrain royal family needs to jet off somewhere, they're definitely not flying commercial like the rest of us. Oh no, they leave the country in the grandest way possible, with their insane fleet of private jets. Why squeeze into a cramped seat when you can pretty much own the sky, right? The royal family owns an entire fleet of 6 private jets, and trust me, these aren't your average jets. But the crown jewel of the fleet is the most mind-blowing. A Boeing 767 that cost a casual $250 million. Yep, you heard that right. $250 million for one plane. And this isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about doing it in the most ridiculously lavish way possible. Inside, it's like a flying palace. We're talking VIP living rooms where the fam can just kick back, plush leather seats everywhere, and even negotiation rooms because, when you're royalty, business is always happening, even at 40,000 feet. And naturally, everything is decked out in the finest materials because at this point, why wouldn't it be? But hold on, because this is where it gets wild. This jet has an onboard hospital. And no, we're not talking about a glorified first aid kit. We're talking full-on mobile operation rooms with life support systems, just in case things go south mid-flight. They literally have a mini emergency room cruising at 30,000 feet. Now, if you think private jets are the pinnacle of luxury, think again, because the Bahrain royal family took things up a notch with Al Raya, their $250 million mega yacht. And when I say mega, I am not just talking about its size. This thing is like a floating 5-star resort on steroids. Originally built for Russian billionaire Alisher Usmanov, Al Raya has since been adopted into royal life, and now it's living large, gliding through the Mediterranean like a king-sized mansion on water. Let's start with the basics. This beast of a yacht is over 360 feet long, so yeah, it's practically a small cruise ship. But we're not talking about your grandma's cruise to the Bahamas. This thing is in a league of its own. It's decked out with every luxury you can imagine, and some you probably haven't even thought of. First up, there's a pool. But not just any pool. A stunning one that looks like it was plucked straight from a 5-star resort. Perfect for cooling off after a full day of ruling the kingdom, or just lounging around. Not in the mood for a dip? No worries. There's a full-blown cinema on board, so you can kick back and enjoy some movies on the high seas. There's also a sauna and steam room with a dedicated massage area to help melt away all that royal tension. But here's where Al Raya really steps it up. It has its very own hospital. Yep, just like the private jets, this yacht is equipped with a full medical facility. Complete with everything you'd need in an emergency situation. Whether it's a minor injury or a more serious health concern, the onboard medical team has it covered, so the king and his guests can sail with peace of mind. This yacht is not just a boat, it's an entire experience. But while the Bahrain royal family may be swimming in luxury, they're just as invested in charity work as they are invested in luxurious jets and yachts, and they do this through the Royal Humanitarian Foundation, RHF. The RHF isn't just a small charity operation, it's a powerhouse of humanitarian efforts. One of their most significant missions is supporting orphans and widows, and they've done an incredible job. To date, they've provided aid to over 11,000 orphans and widows, giving them not just financial support, but also education, healthcare, and emotional care. And when the COVID pandemic hit and turned the world upside down, the RHF stepped up big time. They raised over $100 million in humanitarian aid, helping not just Bahrainis, but people across the globe. From providing medical supplies to setting up relief funds, they were on the front lines of the crisis, making sure help reached the people who needed it most. So yeah, while the Bahrain royal family might have the most luxurious lifestyle, they're also using their influence and wealth to give back in meaningful ways. From mega yachts and private jets to royal palaces and global investments, the Bahrain royal family truly lives a life most of us can only dream about. Now, we want to hear from you. Which fact blew your mind the most? Was it the palace life, the insane yacht, or maybe the idea of having your own private hospital in the sky? Tell us in the comments below. And hey, if you're into exploring the lives of the world's wealthiest, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on our next video on luxury lifestyle.